conversation I want to have. Not conversations we don't cloud. And this goes back to everybody who they listen to me, even the journalists, the bloggers, the news anchors. When I don't drift the conversation. Now you go to media platforms, newspapers, all the thing they talk about. Now something we not even necessary. We are not even speaking to what the president say. We are not speaking to this, Remy. We are not. It's a disgrace, it's a shame in this country. This should be the center of conversation. It shouldn't be the SLPP Congress. This should be the center of conversation because everything we are working towards is this here. We owe the people of this country this. But really, the newspapers, the news outlets, the media gurus in this country, I get it. People get attracted to drama. But we as Sierra Leoneans also, we owe the people of this country. We as communicators, we owe the people of this country. Now we shift and drive the narratives. We for center the conversation how we want for them to center them. It's a pity that we are not talking about how many hospitals we've built. It's a pity that we are not talking about how many classrooms we've built. It's a pity that we are not talking about how we reduce the importation of rice.
Because that is very key, which I will draw your mind into. The president also reports that in 2024, rice reduction rose 8%, cutting imports 13%, saving 15 million United States dollar, and also egg imports fell by 21%, making egg 10% cheaper, while local grown onions became 20% more affordable in Sierra Leone. So it's quite a very unique achievement, and even though, and I also mentioned about, I think it's the World Food Program also is buying about 30% of the rest for the Feed Salon project. You know, these are less really grown at Sierra Leone as well.
Yes, we'll come to our president rolled out the school feeding programs, and 15 districts now where they benefit from food school feeding programs. Majority of the rice, and they will start them initially, Remy. World Food Program will be the support that initiative. They buy, they import that rice. Right? 90% of the rice, where they feed them picking them out. Now come be the come. Today, just in few years, when they rule the free quality education, from 90% it don't drop to 60%. 15 million United States dollar savings on that. So you imagine if we are building them this every year. What I want to let people understand in this country is like development takes time. The America, the China, the Singapore, today they see, they're not just starting in 5 years, 10 years, 20 years. It took time. But what's going to happen at this country, when every time change of government comes, then they kill the policies, like good policies. Continuity, no. So what's going to happen? If investors come now in this country, they don't can invest huge money, something programs and they from the initiation to the implementation, sometimes you have to take pass over 5 years first. You don't get it, I mean? Sometimes the implementation they come, the government will initiate that they don't come on a power. Whether other governments they come, this is what we have been seeing years and decades, so we don't stifle development in this country. When they can the Kenya project day, because at the end of the day, both political parties are just looking at what? Gains that say, now we do this, now we do this, now we do that. Is the compensation. So at the end of the day, investors are back on the field. So if you don't have policies or you don't have reforms where they provide that protection for them, you know, the banks are not going to invest into this. So that is why President Biya look at and say, let's start to feed ourselves. And we are seeing it's yielding. It's yielding. I don't care. I like you a political pundit, no one for agree. But let's price on good. First time in the history of this country. Yes, we still need, it's still there. We agree. Because when you look at how much they pay people them, commensurate to the price of rice, the bag of rice still, it's still exorbitant, it's still challenging. But that is progress. That's the point I want to make. That is progress. It takes policies, it takes reforms. Now people then sit down, then put plans them together. Now work people then work for let them they happen. So if we continue for the build on this, build on this, build on this, build on this, Remy, it will come down to that every household in this country will provide a bag of rice. That is President Bio's vision, right? That is why I could remember one time a Lord Joey talk say, in policies that we don't put in place, even some of the benefits and they not go see them during in term of office. APC take that place and cut and say, hey, the party don't tell. The party don't feel, the party don't, oh, what they try for talk say, and they bring policies then, even in 10 years, when the time done, you don't go see her during the time. But why we don't left now, you don't see. That is a good leader. Not to lead away, they can't bring policies for vote. If you say President Bio not smart, President Bio can bring policies, Remy, that in 5 years you see her. It will be building a point, say, this, we don't do them in 5 years, will not vote for me. But are these policies sustainable? Are they people-centric? Are they going to impact or change people's life? That is why the free quality education came in. We have pundits who tell you, say, the free quality education was not a smart move from President Bio. The question President Bio keep asking, when will we ever bring free quality education? When is the right time? Because not don't become a way to get free quality education right now. Not even President Bio intended and you get for see them get work. Imagine you start from primary school, you done, how many years that's going to take? About 7 years, you go secondary school. President Bio don't come on power. They don't retire, they don't go sit down. The next government will go for Canada, they go for see them picking around now. They go for see them now, they work, they're smart, they're going to digital solutions, and they provide things that make this country go before. That is a good leader. Leader who brings policies that are not selfish. Policies that you cannot see him into it. Policies that are people-centric. Policies that are sustainable, that are forward-thinking. Now that kind of leader they will need. And if you look at all what they do with the CNN agriculture, they say fix salon. Yeah. Some people they say, hey, party, elaki agite rest price don't go down. Elaki agite I don't know how yabas scarce na market. All over the news, yabas no dey. But now we don't talk about that stuff now. Yabas the na stores and now they rotting. Now plant to the planter na ya. Now money when they give people them for let them planter. Now policies and they put in place for let yabas boku. Then they support businesses, people that don't get the capacity. Government they come back to support them. Government they go fund money, it come and support them. All them travel, all President Bio they travel. Not their engagements how they do, not a vacation and they go on. And they meet with the leaders. Because sometimes, Remy, if you not travel, you know they sit down and can't give you. You sit on the shade, you left for goodie. You know they sit down and can't give you, they sit down and phone, you call them, can't give you. No. You sit on the shade, you left for goodie. When you go inside in the shape, you say, Mr. don't see you, let me say them you. You take her, you bring her kind of house. And we've seen tremendously, you don't have to like President Bio. You can be his biggest critics on earth. But one thing when you not go take away, you not go tell me, say, President Bio in travels not yield something for this country.
Even as that, the person make mention about in travel, that he not even like for travel much, but it's important to travel because he thinks, say, there are a lot of impacts we all in travel and don't create that scenario. Because of the impact, we are chairing the Security Council, education, programs internationally, and also they become the ECOWAS chairman, a quite very big position held by the president, by the way, and other developments. I remember it was a Belgium or so, somewhere we is quite a very huge amount of money for the energy sector, and we make a very big donation as well, and the recent MCC compact way you really look into as well for such a big project into the energy sector. With all of that, the president put together, I see these are the achievements in travel over the years as well, and clean the image of Sierra Leone, recognized internationally, and we get a big achievement international as well.
let me share something to you. We're talking about cleaning image. This is not so dense. I was preview to that. I don't get position for work with President, but I was preview. President Myk went travel. That was 2018. I think that was the first international travel. I went somewhere. So I come out here to fly go say President Day. I will tell you this. I saw this with my eyes. Then block president for enter inside the hotel. The whole president. The hotel who say go for go lodge them block them. Say why? They say because they get arrears for pay. The government of Sierra Leone get arrears in pay. Then the past government be left debt. Right there. Now they then begin ask people them who get credit card, people them money. They're not up government because you know government now for take money from finance. You get a lot of protocols with the pass, just not for embarrass the president. So when president talk about cleaning image, the image be done dirty. If you don't reach a time salon and don't know we for anything good. No country no one for do business with we. Now this country will be see businessman and they come and they scam them. Investors and they come and they scam them. Now the Juma business within this country. People then they come and they take time on license and then scam them. We don't want to get into all that. That's the past. But then traveling, see how president they do, Remy. Now Vienna, when we went with Honorable Kande Yumkela, when they make pledges to over 800 million. Out of them pledges, then they don't commit over 200 million. When they help feed salon, they help for make bridges, they help for make roads. The MCC no dey give money no more to people then. Now like when they get picking, when you go sit exam, you get exam you pass, you buy for a present. Now so MCC day, MCC set indicators. Not so money no more, free money no more than they go give you. They indicators then all the governance indicators where they show how you dey work, where they show how you govern people then, where they show how you take care of small picking them, where they show how you take care of legal picking them. Where they show how they take care of information, media information, how they take care of justice, how they disseminate justice, how they pass justice to citizens. Them. About 20 indicators, if I can put them in literal terms, let people understand. Now, like 20 questions, MCC they give. Then they come and assess people and they say, oh, now they put the APC and they talk and they when they sit on a panel. Then they forget to say, MCC has a representative here. There is an American embassy in this country. Where get staff the way they work. Where all them things and then they measure them, then they go there and they assess them, they go to the places them. You know, the interior places are hard to each player. Then they see, then they look at how many people are going to vaccinate. Now based on that, then they mark you and say you don't pass, you qualify for this. Not so money no more than they give. APC fail and when they come, all years away than they are 2 more than passer. Then fail on. From the way President Berewa come in power, it only pass MCC every year. That is a clear measure, a clear scorecard for tell you say the governance of President Berewa in tenure is better. Then a clear indication that because a different person in the matter than they. So all them travel, say how this man they travel, you see where he goes. The thing that people don't understand, Remy, is this. When a president travels, it's different from when a foreign minister travels. When a president goes somewhere, it's different from when an ambassador goes somewhere. People will tell you, say, why you never send an ambassador? When president goes somewhere, the protocols are different. Yeah? Let somebody show me some side where President Berewa don't go. When in one grade they when a president, I know they talk about say na ayukola na in one personality go pa. But for no President Berewa they go na in one grade go there. All Samsa President Berewa they go and compare head of states then they. Some people don't even understand the difference between a summit. You don't go to tell me people don't even say when I say summit, na head of states then. A summit is for head of states. So statutory travel is all president, not even for the day, not to other person for the day. We only for appreciate that you have a president where able. Some president they go sit down. What people then they say that for DM presidents they travel, but that's the APC jargon. But the ceremony ahead of this country. the vault controller in this country, the person owner the boss in this country, need for travel for per diem if he want to be corrupt. He need for travel for per diem if he want to be corrupt, but because he's passionate about this. He wants to be there, he wants to get involved. He wants to talk to the people who matters, who can make this decision. And we are seeing it. And the other thing that people don't even know, apart from the MCC, is the Mission 300. For energy, it's big. It's over 2 billion. It's over 2 billion, which Sierra Leone is part of. By September, October, there will be different ballgame now for that. So that tells you that everything that this man they do, he is very strategic about doing it. All Sierra Leoneans will need to do is to support him, for Tapana him back, for let it do more. We will go to political. When politics reach, we will campaign. When the time for politics reach, we will campaign. But it's about time every one of us as Sierra Leoneans will focus on waiting to change people and lives in this country.
Right. Myk, as we take a round of the conversation, and I know generally the other very important areas where the president's touch and the parliament, including security, including you talk about drugs and you talk about, because I know you're very interested in that, see how that seems for the damaged young people at the country, because I conversation I had all with you several times, you know, and the president make mention about that. There are laws with regards to those who think say is a way of making money, destroy the life of young people, because the president in 500,000 job opportunity for young people. If these young people are not sober-minded, you know, and they're moving away from drugs, then they're not achievable, even though they are progress into the agricultural sector. These are young people supposed for drive them projects, and the president talk about that, all of that, and also the improvement into the economy and the fiscal discipline and also the dollar seem for stable, where it seem for the help the economy greatly, you know, for the past year or so in Seychelles. And most people can commend the president of that, because the dollar seem for the reduce a bit, calm down, and we're quite very good for Salon. Though most people seem for say compared to other African countries with money still not to get the value, like for example neighboring country, you know, Guinea especially, where most Sierra Leoneans they go buy their stuff as well.
Remy, I always tell people say it's progress is continuous. Progress it's determined. What's our progress? If I come AYVR, like where I come, which I don't see so, then tomorrow I come, I see one new chair day. That progress. That's so. The other day I come, you begin to serve me tea. That progress. What is so? So from water to tea. That progress. What is so? Progress, people for understand say it's a gradual process on building. It not gets ending. 9 months ago, 6 to 9 months, the inflation in Sierra Leone was a double digit. But they're around 40 something, if I'm not even tripping. Very high. Yeah. We all feel it. But that don't drop.
58. It was 58.
58. Yeah. Inflation, one of the highest in Africa.
Yeah.
Right? But that don't drop to single digit now. I think they're around 9 something.
9.3%. Yeah.
Ebo, Remy. But now people they don't go. They don't see no more than Polano. Me and you don't understand the economics we play behind the scenes. Me and you don't understand the fiscal policies that wouldn't put in place. Me and you don't understand the revenue policies that wouldn't put in place. But the common man within our streets for able not stay. From where dollar don't they first with the dollar they go up no more. You know they can't do safe. They just they go black markets and they control the dollar. But it don't almost past 1 year and the dollar stable. Stable. So these are policies. Yes, price they go down. Certain commodities and then prices, then if you know they go down, so it's stable, you know they go up. So people for also understand, say, when I say inflation they come down, people for understand, say, you know they reflect on the market right away. But if the goods and services in the market stable. They don't go up. They don't pay for price. If you go buy tomatoes, you go buy milk. That price of milk don't be stable for a very, very long time. That will tell you say something is working. You don't get to tell me. And people for also with the challenges within the world, Remy, where they disrupt global globalization, they disrupt production, they disrupt how freights and goods and services are distributed across the world. All in challenges then the oil prices where they fluctuate up and down, wars in countries, then we get bigger economies, then we smaller economies that depend on. All under they affect inflation, all under they affect global trade. Amidst all of this, you don't get to tell the trifle talk, we still survive. We still pay salaries on time. You don't get to tell the trifle talk, free quality education, but you know how much government they spend per day? Over 21% of we budget. 21% of budget. That's like when you get 800 million, you put 200 million. You get a good picking and you give 1 picking. That picking is special. Oh. You really want for that picking better. Oh. You really mean good for that picking. Oh. That is how President Biya is looking at this country. And these are monies where they say, now true fiscal revenue generation. You don't get to tell me, policies that we put in place. Now you never could get money there. Government they take them invest in we beginning at this country. That is something we should be proud of. Yeah. That is good governance. We don't see how peace. You talk about peace, the stability of peace, but we don't see how they don't try for policemen, government, we know. We all this country is small. We know yourself. We know who that and they behind this all. We know what are the intentions. Yeah? But at the end of the day, we still maintain the peace. Sierra Leone is still ranked among the peaceful nations on earth. Comparatively to countries that will get larger economies, countries that will get all the infrastructure for maintain peace, but they are still not peaceful. We are peaceful. Kudos not only to President Biya, but the people of Sierra Leone, because we are tired.
Right. There are a few comments, very interesting. Suleiman, thank you very much for the compliment. And there are so many complimentary messages. And Suleiman Kamai says, welcome to the studio, Mr. Myk Berewa from State House. Swissman, very interesting comment from Swissman. Says, Myk, why members of parliament have decided to sing a song, Cocos in the Well of Parliament, during the arrival of the First Lady. Why members of parliament in other side are always looking for ways to disturb the peace in the country. They know that provocation is next to madness. If the First Lady was blackouts that moment, what are they going to say about the reaction when they are the one ignite the situations? The PC oppositions don't like to see the success of SLPP. I do not know why. What SPP have done in that, if APC is supporting bad things in the country, I think the country will never develop. APC need to stop their bad politics and embrace peace for betterment of Sierra Leone. We're tired of bad politics in Sierra Leone. And that is from Swissman all the way. I think the other comment, but these are complimentary comments. The other one, it says, well said, Mr. Myk Berewa, and the other one, it says a positive impact of President Biya's government, and I hope it will continue to develop the country. And final one to say that yes, indeed, there are improvements in the agricultural sector, but more needs to be done. It comes from James. Myk.
Yeah, I don't really want to talk, but This cuckoo stock, it's not really relevant to me as a communicator who works within the president's office. What thing I really want to let people understand is, let's talk about president and speech. Let's talk about the 1,500 classrooms and president build don't build all over this country. Let's talk about the sanitary pads, where they give picking them, the school feeding programs in 15 districts, we don't make picking at all attending at school. Let's talk about the 20,000 teachers them who don't teach countrywide, who don't train countrywide on foundational learning for improved learning outcomes. Let's talk about the NPSC, Berewa, WASCA exams, who President Bill pay for students them. Let's talk about how we don't bring projects them, like work don't come projects, when are over $900 million where ADB invest in youth them for training them on agro-processing, waste management, digital technical entrepreneurships and soft skills. Not talk about how we don't establish automobile training and technical training center where they offer over 900 hours to disadvantaged youths them, where include over 36 modules for train them how for make motorcar, how for change oil, when our life skills them. Let's talk about the training of specialized training for medical medical students in our commerce on hematology. Let's talk about how they upgrade schools and universities them, like like Bonibu Teachers College. 60% of our don't rebuild them back. We are information for decentralized higher education. Not talk about how we don't build Kono University. Not talk about how we don't improve we improve Multimagai College of Education. Not talk about how we don't expand university education across this country. More nurses them, how would they train them in different areas them across this country, right? Not talk about healthcare resilience. Not talk about how youth employment scheme. President Bio one for make sure say he provide 500,000 jobs before in time of office done, and we are on it. When we talk about jobs, when President Bio talk about jobs for me, President Bio is not talking about blue-collar jobs alone. We are not talking about jobs who say they wear coat and tie, you come into the office, you work in a bank, you work na institutions, right? We've provided jobs in what? In energy. We provided jobs in construction. We provided jobs in mining sectors, in agriculture, right? If we put all them data they need together, you will believe, say, before President Bio in time they done, would even surpass that. Now then thing there I want that we talk about as Sierra Leoneans. Now we forget about what happened, then sink by this person, then not sink by this person. No. Let's move away from that. You and me within our social media, let's divert the conversation. Let's focus on president in speech. I want someone to come tell me, say, Myk, what's in President Bio talk to true? Me are they Kabbalah. Things I want to hear from Sierra Leoneans. These are the debates that we for energize yourself, but not social media. Okay. Not to something and sing by this person and not sing by this person cocos, this person coconos. These are all distractions. And these distractions, I will tell you, the political parties, they know what they do. Because at the end of the day, they don't distract you for letting you focus on what the president you don't do for you. And you saw the Faladandi because it's interesting to you. Because that's the topic of the day. But I want people to understand that the development of this country matter to President Bio. Changing people's life matter to this man, right? And that is his focus. And that should be you and me priority. And that should be what we pay attention to. Not to them little dramas they have to pay attention to.
Right, Myk, thank you very much. Even though we start late, but at least we were able to engage at least 1 hour conversation. It's Myk Berewa, and yes, from State House. He's the man in charge of communications at the Office of the President, State House. And we'll talk about lengthily on the President in speech now at Parliament, and we'll just touch briefly into the National Delegates Conference. We sets the pace of the democratic process of election processes and procedures from the political party, and the president talk about his follow the foundation about democracy and transparency into electoral processes inside Sierra Leone. We'll talk about the president's Fit Salon projects, job creation, the economy, and also your development within governance. Myk Berewa, thank you very much for being part of the show. Always good getting you, even though King reach out to you very late.
That's all right.
Well, as a man who always respond to call of the media, as a friend of the media anyway.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Myk.
It's a pleasure.
All right.
I mean, as always, thank you.
Yes,
Keep blazing.
Definitely. We'll sure continue.